Okay, it's live now. All right. Stuff in the world going on. Craziness. I'll give some people some time to get into the room. I kind of messed up the stream for a second. It probably would have went live before this, but I hit the button and I actually was trying to take a picture there of the coffee cup, give it a different picture so you'd be able to find this video in case you wanted to. Some people archive my stuff and I didn't want it to all look exactly the same. I've been trying to switch up the pictures on it, so turn that down a bit. So there we go. It's been a crazy day. I'll talk about it in a minute. It's been kind of funny. Right now, I didn't even plan on talking about the news stuff until it happened and I was made aware of it. I'm like, whoa. So kind of a big deal, you know. A lot of flights being canceled. So appreciate the like. How to get a like? I ain't even done nothing yet. So thank you for the like. Yeah. Been a crazy day, and so I'm gonna speak on it. Look, I'm hoping for a better live today because yesterday got kind of crazy. In the middle of a hit and run and mess, right? So we're gonna hope that none of the mega carrier we train from the bunk companies are gonna be around. We're gonna do what we can, and yeah, and I know that there's people in the room right now and they jackal my numbers up and down and stuff, and I don't mind. It doesn't bother me at all. My people check this later anyways. I'm just dropping it like that. So I appreciate the ones that show up and how it goes up and down and stuff. That's fine with me. I'll get into this in a minute. I'm going to pour up some coffee. Got too much in my cup there and got some ice and milk, so I'm just kick back and doctoring up with coffee and ice in a cup. Got me a quiet enough place to be. It's safe enough, I hope, because I've got neighbors on my right and on my left. They seem to be fine people, and everybody on the row in front of me seems to be staying for the night. Now, I'm not too concerned with them, so that makes for a good night, you know, when you're not stressed about somebody backing into you. And that's what I will go into that real quick, and then we'll go further. I didn't quite get all the thoughts out of my head the other day when I was talking about what I first do when I go into a truck stop, so I'm gonna go ahead and extrapolate on it now. I look for a wide spot because some lanes are painted different, and the trucks you see in front of me, they're in some fairly narrow spots, but they're over to the side and out of line to give each other more room. And so I always look for I try to find a truck stop that's got wide painted lines. I try to not park next to a reefer unit that's going to cycle on and off and keep me up. I try to not park next to somebody who's got a loud engine, because different people's engines are different, or some big pipes that might be loud right next to my truck, and a loud APU unit. So outside of the noise, you want to have neighbors. So you want to look and see if somebody looks like they're going to be there a while, or if you find out, if you ask them, you know, if they're going to be there for 10 or a 34. And you want to have neighbors on each side, at least. But if you park next to one person, at least you've dropped your chances mathematically of getting hit by 50%. Because if he's going to be there, then the one on your other side, when he snuggles up to your trailer there, maybe he won't hit you, you know. And further from that, if you really want to be picky, so that nobody jacks with your fuel, tries to steal it. I'm always paranoid. Nothing against hot shots, but I know some of them have done some bad things. I know some other drivers have done some bad things. Don't want them stealing your fuel, so I like to try to have a curb on one side if possible. And that does two things. It alleviates somebody from taking the fuel, It also makes it so you're 50% less likely to get hit because there's a curb over there and there's nobody gonna park there. So having said all that about parking, I'll go further. So right now, and I was gonna name it this on this video. I'll name my next a different video this, but right now all is quiet on the western front of the truck stop. We've got all these guys that are just chilling. Everything's good. We're having a good time. If something breezes through, flies through, I have nothing to do with it, but I will make them famous and put them on tape. So tell your company guys, mind the P's and Q's. We are all cammed up. I'm telling you, I thought about doing a music video with some of the stuff I've seen and use that song Nowhere to Run To and Nowhere to Hide, you know, because we got you. There's a camera in mine, 3 or 4, 5, 6 cameras in this truck. This truck, 6. My next door neighbor over there's got one. Guy across from me's got one. A triangulation, okay? You even with 3, we could do a 360 view of you. So don't come into a truck stop and think you're going to do some mess and get away. I was just talking to Dirty White Boy and he was telling me about a wreck that happened to him. I'm not going to mention the company name. He can if he wants to next time we chat, but he told me, he says that a guy drove up onto his step deck with the trailer. He was trying to nose into a spot, okay, next to him, and instead he didn't leave for any room for swing on the trailer, and his trailer drove up on the Dirty White Boy's low boy trailer and did some damage to it. And that company didn't want to pay. They were like, well, did you get the truck number? Did you get the tag number? You know, right? They do that. They play that game. Oh, we don't know what driver might. You do, because they just bought fuel at that place, or they just went in there or whatever, and they've got GPS on everybody. So they went round and round with him. Finally they settled out for however much money it was. But the point is, if someone comes through and there's an event, you gotta think quick on your feet. Know to get the trailer number at the least. Know to get the tag number of the trailer. Know to get the tractor number, and then go further and get the tag on the tractor. All of those things together, that's it. That's all you could want to get. And then if you go further and go ahead and get the DOT number, then you can call the company and say, I've got your DOT number. You want me to call them and see if what they want to do about it? The DOT wants to, you know, put a pause on your number to where you stop hauling freight until such time as you want to admit to this, you know, hit and run. So having said all that, any police officer out there will always tell you, get the tag, get the tag, get the tag, or they'll ask you, hey, did you get the tag? Because they can look it up by the tag. If it's a trailer, it might be a little more difficult, but they're assigned to that one. The tractor, you got them. So if somebody tries to hit you and run and do some mess like that, do what you can to get what numbers you can. And even in, like, it's stressful. I got stressed the other day. It's shocking a bit. It'll make you off your game. It'll make you forget what you remembered. Forget what you were about to do. Stop and immediately revert to training and immediately get the number, get the number, get the number. I say that 3 times because it'll be in your head now. Get that number. So before they get too far that you can't see it. Something odd, what, and then number. Go from what to number real fast. So other than that, Facebook was down today. There's a hashtag going around, Facebook down. It's really kind of funny. I joked on Twitter, I said, yeah, millions of cats were made to sit in one spot for Facebook Lives. That never happened, and dogs were made to sit pretty till they fell over. I went there with it. I had some people rolling. I tell you, and I put up a thing on, you know, like that somebody put up, it showed these 2 people from some kind of a movie that looked like they had just cut their way through a South American rainforest to try to survive for something, and it said, survivors of Facebook down are at Twitter trying to see what's going on. It's kind of funny. So all these old Twitter accounts came to Twitter. Hey, what's going on with Facebook? They want to ask another social media. So it was Facebook, Instagram, and the WhatsApp that was down today for hours, evidently. Mainly most of the day, but it's up now, I guess. But I think there's still people having problems with WhatsApp, maybe. And further from that, like I put on the comment there on the title of this video, and I'm holding the coffee and balancing it while we speak. The president grounded a lot of planes because of the Ethiopian Airlines crash that was a similar model, and out of overabundance of caution, which was smart to do. You got to give him credit for that, but it affected a lot of flights, and it affected Boeing's stock. But it was also, it wasn't just an overabundance of, it was an abundance of caution, but they had reason, because I want to say the FAA, maybe it's the NTSB too, National Transportation Safety Board, gave him intel on what actually happened with that plane. Evidently there was a certain thing that happened, and evidently there were complaints. He mentioned it, he just threw the word out there, complaints. So maybe other techs that work on the planes, the people that make sure there's enough air pressure in the tires so they don't get too hot and catch on fire or something, make sure the brakes are working, all these checkups they do pre-flight. The captain can't do all that stuff. There's a whole crew that does all that stuff, and they refuel them and all that, and they check for hydraulic leaks and all that, because everything's hydraulically run. So while they're checking for all that, maybe there were complaints that hadn't been addressed, that they were bending his ear and saying, hey, you know what, we kind of have that too, and maybe they think it had something to do with the crash. I don't know. I'm not their pre-flight, crew, but that's the way it sounds, is that it was not just caution or what, it was for a reason that all of the Boeing 737s that are the 737 MAX 8 and MAX 9 planes were grounded. So you're talking, it's not just our country that did this. Other countries, so there's a lot of people right now who have had their planes, they were just about to get on the plane and it's canceled. This is a big deal, folks. This is people, this is a big deal. And it's not just the United States, it's Canada, Ireland, Germany, the United Kingdom, France, likely the Ethiopian Airlines, but they probably had theirs already shut down because of that. And so that's a lot of countries, and I'm sure other to follow, okay, that even have the Boeing 737. And Boeing stocks, they showed it on Twitter, somebody put Boeing stocks tumble, and they showed a picture of it going straight down. That's going to happen anyways, that's normal for that. And they'll either figure out other planes have a problem with it and fix it, or they'll say no, they don't really have that problem, but thanks for the heads up, they'll fix it. Airplanes are pretty resilient, but they've got a bunch of them that just sit out in Arizona because it's drier out there. Let's see, Sin Angel Lee put, wow, yes, this is a big deal, dang. Yeah, so, let's see if I can make the comment start to work. It always does that to me. There we go, I swipe it down. So, wow, this is a big deal, dang. Yeah, so it's in the news. Either, I mean, I don't mind if you'll leave my live to check it out, or if you can open another browser page, or however you get your internet, interwebs or whatever, but check it out, it's real. The president grounded all the Boeing 737 MAX 8 and MAX 9 airplanes because of the Ethiopian crash, because of details they got from it that led them to believe, and other people saying, complaints from other people, likely pre-flight check crews that said, hey, we've noticed that, with these two, so shut it down. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. I just shut a truck down. I didn't realize just how much power I had with that CB radio, people. Let me tell you something. People listen. They hear an old dog like me start to bark. They listen. God, dog. I got on the CB. Let me tell you what happened. Well, you saw the live probably, but maybe not. The Prime tried to do a hit and run. I got on the CB, I said, hey, whoa, hey, somebody stop him, get that, or I didn't say stop him, I said get his truck number. Might as well have said stop him though, because another old dog at the end of the truck stopped. That's one thing, I could have hollered out, shut it down. I didn't think he knew what I meant. He took it that way. He shut down the truck stop, he blocked the exit. he was getting nowhere. That's why I thought about doing that music video and put nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide, and put a bunch of, have him driving around. He drove around the truck stop once anyways. Then when he came around and hit the guy and went to leave, he came back around the back of me because he couldn't exit the truck stop. He was looking for the number 2 exit. That truck stop is one way in and then one way out, and the other one was blocked by a cattle hauler. And he didn't even speak up, but the other guy said, I saw him. He was up there. He didn't move until we had this thing worked out. So we can shut it down, people. You know, you got power on that CB radio that you don't know. You key up, say, shut this shit down. Nobody leaves until we get that prime driver back or whatever driver. It's done. So I didn't speak it, but he got what I was saying in the situation. He knew what to do. He blocked the exit. Just like whenever there was that sniper and that kid that was a sniper and they was in a car and nobody knew where they were at and they were shooting people. People was dying. What happened? A truck driver shut down the rest area, blocked it. Another truck driver helped him block it, and they called the police because they got the tag number. You give us a tag number, we'll shut it down. If there's a problem, we can shut it down. We got big trucks. You're not getting past these big trucks. And if it's a big truck, we can block that. Look at my battery going to do that. What do we got? 15%? I got time to plug it up. I'll take a sip of my coffee too. So anyways, people, yeah, you wield a power with that CB radio when you know there's some people that ain't afraid to put themselves on the line for doing right. You know, just like I put my channel on the line last night for you people. I really did. And they wanted to jack with me and say they had that video shut down. They sure did. Twitter sided with me. I'm sorry, Facebook sided with me. That's some good coffee. I'm using that Kona machine, that new machine, whatever I call it, Kona machine. Some kind of Swiss machine, right? That makes coffee and it doesn't have a paper filter at the truck stop. It's the new thing. It's over to the left. This Pilot has it. Some Loves have it, I think. Some, I don't know if Petros have it. But anyways, here. What we got? Driver, I need you to get me a chainsaw, WD-40, and some bleach. I have a little problem with a lot lizard. Icon, I will give you better advice. What you need is a German Shepherd and no leash. And if you think it hadn't been done, brother, I've done it. So give your dog something, some exercise. You know, get you a German Shepherd. And you know, there's a bunch of them that were down in Georgia. If anybody wants to adopt, I don't know if they still have them or not. Some place down there had a whole bunch of German Shepherds that were treated badly, and they found them and brought them into a shelter, and they were saying who wants to adopt them. This has been weeks back now. You could get a German Shepherd for the homing fee of whatever, probably about 60 or 80 bucks, some kind of, you know, whatever kind of fee, they've got money in it. So get you a German Shepherd, make you a little friend, and every once in a while let them chase a lot lizard. Yeah, I ain't lied to you. Do you think I'm lying? I'll chase them for real. Because truthfully, you know, we're trying to rest and relax. We don't need people knocking our doors. Now, look, for those of y'all that's supporting that mess, y'all gotta stop that too. But do what you do. That's cool. They'll bust you because they have things that bust people and stuff. Let's see. Here I am. You can start now. Oh, horsefly's in the room. I can't start yet. Hold on. Okay, horsefly, I got my fly swat. Now we can start. You get out of line. Glad you're here, horsefly. We can all start now. He's here. All right, so everybody bow or curtsy or salute or do what you do because horsefly's here. Gotta announce him. Look, here's what we got. Here's what we got going on. Okay, so, all right. Like I was saying, Trump grounded all of the Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 9 planes. A bunch of planes are grounded. I've had people make comments to me saying my flight was, I was about to get on a flight and it was grounded, and their stocks have tumbled because of it, and it's because of the Ethiopian Airlines crash that they investigated and found something with. Also, Facebook down. They were down today, and Instagram and WhatsApp was down, and people were crawling over to Twitter just to have some social media. Some people opened the front doors at their houses and looked outside. Neighbors were looking at each other. It was crazy. You know, cats were made to sit pretty, or dogs made to sit pretty for too long till they fell over. Cats were made to sit still. Facebook Lives never happened. You know, silly cat tricks never happened. It was really bad. The whole world we're behind a day. And there were people who extended their lunch break saying, nothing's gonna happen. This lunch break is not over until the fries are gone, until I update my stuff. That happened. So that was today. And let's see, Venezuela has still got a power outage, so they feel our pain. They've had it for a while. You know, maybe not just their Facebook. It was real, all the power stuff. They got some real stuff going on. And something else happened too, and this was kind of sad. I don't know if you remember the show 90210, Beverly Hills 90210, about a bunch of teens in school and stuff. The actor from there, the guy that kind of acted like a James Dean character, Luke Perry, he passed away, people. I guess he was just in his 40s, but he passed away. He had some kind of a stroke, and they said that he, they said they buried him in Tennessee. He's, you know, I guess he's got a house close to Nashville in a small town. It's only got 500 people, but Luke Perry, no doubt, no lie. So that's crazy too, because he seemed young. Let's see, Horsefly 22 put, I remember silk stockings. Don't know about that show, but yeah, 90210, Luke Perry, he passed away. And let's see, I've seen some other stuff on the internet. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. Oh, in that show he played Lane Frost. Okay. I'll have to check out silk stockings. See, man, I'm behind. I just drive a truck like forever. You know, I don't know all these things, but when I see what's going on the internet and stuff, I speak on it. You know, and he was a believable actor. That makes him a good actor. You know, so let's see. He put, no, that's 8 sex. Okay. So, hopefully today will be less eventful and there won't be a live accident. If you want to see a live accident, that was on the last one that I did. Oh, 8 seconds, yeah. The last live that I had, a Prime driver tried to do a hit and run and tried to hit a truck and leave. And I got on the radio and I got the trailer number. He came back around, I got it again. Another guy got the tractor number twice, and another guy blocked the edge of the truck stop, and another cattle hauler blocked the front of the truck stop, so all he had to do was go in circles and he had nowhere to go. It was really great. So yeah, not what I wanted to do in my day, but Prime didn't like it too much, and so they tried to jack with my video, and for jacking my video, they are now in the penalty box. So I've got a penalty box. Yeah, and they got that driver, for that, having that driver out of work now for weeks at a time, because his company doesn't have another truck to put him in. He's gonna be out of work while that truck's in the shop. And so a couple of weeks, no pay. Kind of messed up. That's what happens, and that's, you know, brought to you by Prime. So all the people at Prime that try to jack my channel, like I said, don't even try it. And YouTube sided with me on that and put my video back up, so it's up. All of them are up, and I put them on Twitter now. And I've got a whole playlist. Grimy Driver of the Week, because I'm calling them grimy drivers. They work for Grime. So for real, if they think that there's an issue, they haven't seen an issue, because I've got everything they could possibly have in their safety department, every video that ever happened for every truck they have, and I could put every single one of them up, one a day for 365 days a year, and fill up that playlist and make it the grimy driver of the day if I wanted to. I don't really want to spend my time that way, people. So for real, let's wait till I'm 80 or dead and then I'll put them up, or I just won't put them up at all. But if they jack with me anymore, I will make it a flood or a tsunami of only Prime. I'll start a website. You know what I'm saying? You know how they have the Swift on Facebook? I'll start a Prime page on there if I have to. Okay, you know. So yeah, so we're gonna leave it at that. So anyways, don't jack with my channel or you'll wind up in the penalty box. And there's a lifer in there too. They're in there with him. I'll at least have them stay in there for the length of time that driver's not gonna have a paycheck. I think that's proper. I don't know what y'all think. You can give me a comment. So other than that, we're gonna go further and we're gonna move forward from here, because I don't give a damn about that company or any of their mess, and I ain't gonna have them take over my lives or nothing, or be in my mind, but I got it pretty well covered. Other than that, so the world right now is calm, and we've got some serious storms that, like I said before, coming across. And I've had some people, at first they were like, hey, you know, you might be saying, you know, something that might be alarmist. And then they're like, oh, this was spot on. I'm getting this much snow here. Thank you for putting this up. And I was given a heads up, longer forecast than what the weather was, because people don't get it. I get my stuff from NOAA, NOAA. I used to do hurricane relief work. I would check the 3-day swath and 5-day swath. Now it's called a 3-day cone. That's how long I've been doing it. So East Coast hurricanes, I can just about predict by using what they have, not by using my own intuitive nature, just by using their charts. Now, storms that are different than that, I use their weather models and look at what they say is going to happen, and I believe it, rather than waiting on the Weather Channel to confirm it a day ahead of time, or saying, hey, you're going to have snow tomorrow. You know, no, you can go a lot further than that out. So there's people, though, on YouTube who have channels dedicated to doing that type of work. Don't listen to me for it. I'll give you a heads up on a big one like this. This is a storm of century. It's a very organized storm. It's like a big, huge cyclone that's working together with itself. It's going to dump snow, and it's going to dump hail, larger than normal hail. So, and they said that Texas was getting hammered, all this stuff. So, but follow those guys, and I'll put a link up to their stuff again. One of them is like Mr. BBB3, something like that. Another one is that Schlotthauer kid. Another one is, I watch Ice Age Farmers stuff, but that's just for videos and stuff. And then I'm trying to think who all does weather. I will put all their links up on this video when this comes a video, and you can look at their stuff. And then there's a tropical news page that is, it's not a page, it's a, they have a Canadian model of the weather, then they have a USA model of the weather, then they have a European model. I've noticed that the American model is basically copying or going along with the European model very, very closely lately, and because I guess the European model was right more often. So you click on a day on there, and it shows you what's going to happen on that day. So for a truck driver to plan a route, you know, if they want you to go up to, you know, North Dakota right now, or, you know, Wyoming or what, and they're getting hammered by snow, you could look at it right now and say, well, by the time I'm going to get up there in a couple of days, though, it shows that that storm will be gone. So you can plan it like that. So that tropical page, I'll put a thing up on that. But rather than use the tropical page, you can just click on YouTube, and every Sunday the one guy does a 16-day forecast, and you can look at what he says is going to happen on each day and follow that, and he's using that tropical web page intel and showing it to you on the screen. Okay, so don't think that you're going to be able to follow me and get great weather, but you can follow them and get great weather. I'll just tell you that they exist, and it's a good way to plan. You know, that's how I plan. Rather than look at each single city and planning it like you're planning buying fuel, because that's a pain, you could look at the whole picture of the United States, and he shows how it moves across the United States. It's radar and other imaging, and they tell exactly what's going on where. It's a lot more helpful for a truck driver. For somebody that has a 9-to-5 and goes across the street and they drive a puddle jumper, you know, like a Porsche or a BMW that they really can't afford to have, but it'll get them across the street without breaking down because it's got, like, you know, 10,000 miles on it, or even 100,000 miles. They're not going anywhere, not even to a major city. They don't really need wide range forecast weather. We're in these big trucks. We're going all over the United States. I need to know, you know, in a couple of days what it's going to be like, you know, maybe in Ohio or Pennsylvania. And then a couple days later what it's going to be like, you know, 900 miles later west, and then I might go south to Texas. It helps to have those YouTubers. So the Mr. BBB3, and I know I got his name wrong, and the Schlotthauer kid and all them, I'm saluting you guys for what you do, because it's a helpful thing for truckers. That's why I wanted to share it on this channel. You're going to grow to like what they do. So they're doing good work, and it's you don't have to wait till a certain time for a forecast. So you can look at weather apps and they'll show you each individual town, but it's way better to get their explanation of the radar. And they are meteorologists. They just don't happen to have a tie and a suit and a job on television. You know what I mean? So they're doing good work, just like I'm doing a little something. I don't know, maybe it's good, whatever. I just do what I do. So, hey, I appreciate the people that want to show up and hear what I'm saying. Other than that, if anybody can think of anything that happened, you know, recently that they want to bring up, that they think I should mention, you know, that's in the news, permission to speak freely. You know, knock yourself out, make all the comments you want. I'll read them, and it'll, you know, you'll hear me say it. You won't see your comment once this is a video because it disappears, it goes into the ether. But I'll read it as long as it's nothing, you know, hateful or mean to somebody else that's on the page or something at the time. I don't take no bullying. So you know, have at it. You guys can make some comments. I'm gonna sit back, drink some more of this coffee, and I'll be on here for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna get off this thing. So if anybody wants to say anything, go ahead. Like I said, permission to speak freely. I appreciate everybody that shows up. Appreciate the people that are supporting my channel and sharing my videos. I'm getting a lot of views. We're almost I don't know on subscribers the exact number. You know, rocking on like 3,000 something. At some point it'll be, you know, they've shown me, I've seen metrics and I've seen charts. There are different websites that tell about YouTubers and tell their stats and stuff, and I go to one that tells about my charts, and I look on there and it'll have a chart that says how many subs, you know, subscribers, how many subs you're going to have this month and next month. They project it out years as far as you can go in the future, and they say how many views you're going to get, and they show how much they're going to pay you. They show all these things, and it's projected huge for this channel alone. And I will be getting a podcast, and I will be getting a website, and I'm on Twitter. You can check me out on Twitter, and then I'm also going to be on Facebook. I've got a page on there I don't really use much. And also, I see your comment, I'll get it in a second. Also, Dirty White Boy has got one, Southern Trucker, on there. And I talked to him earlier today. I was like, why don't we just use that, and I'll send them there, and I'll make posts on Southern Trucker. Rather than me running a full-on Facebook page that well, I'll just keep mine open and make my comments on his page. He's like, we could do that. So I don't care, and I don't know much about commercialism of it on there. I'm not interested in that. Just for putting up links to stuff that happens, kind of like how CDL Life does a lot of stuff. Let's see. Mark Young put, how's it going? TS, good informative videos, keep it going. Let's see. I guess TS is today, sir. Something like that. How's it going today, sir? Okay. Good informative videos, keep it going. Yeah, I hope you caught the part of this video where I was talking about how a lot of airplanes were grounded because they found a problem that might be endemic or systemic to all of the Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 9 planes, and that the president oh, Truckinstuff. Oh, I got you. Oh, here I am. I got hit my own name. He's saying TS is Truckinstuff, short for Truckinstuff. So they're gonna call me TS. I got that. Whatever. That's cool. You got me on that on my own name. Well, you know, the thing is, I've had a day of like, as I was trying to catch up on everything that's going on and catch up paperwork and stuff. And I hadn't even had coffee yet. So right now, this is BC, right? You know how time starts and is, you know, BC, before coffee? Yeah, this is right. Everything's before coffee right now. So I'm like 1,000 or 2,000 BC. Everybody else is ahead of me. I'm catching up though, one cup at a time. So yeah, you got me on the TS. Anyways, like I was saying though, I do have a Twitter, and I will have, I'll probably use Dirty White Boy's Southern Trucker on Facebook. I have set up a Facebook page. I haven't used it, but since I won't be using it much, I'll just comment on his stuff and send everybody there. And But I want to set up a podcast kind of like this, where I'm talking about what they're working on, they're always trying to legislate something against us. OIDA tells what's going on. They try to fight it with their lawyers. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. As you can tell, we've got computers in our trucks, so they didn't win on that one. There's some people who don't, because they got older trucks with older engines, and eventually they'll start pulling them in the scale house and harassing them and making them show proof that it's that old of an engine, or making them, you know, that's going to happen. I'll give you a heads up about something too. You have a tattletale in your computer that you may not be aware of. Inherently within these computers, because originally some states wanted to jump on that Advantage 75 like Georgia had for a little bit. They thought they were going to get intel. They want to get into your truck's computer. They want to know if you have any kind of a event that, like, they can write you a ticket for, like brakes. If brakes shows up as a code in there in your computer log now, even if you've already fixed it, or even if it was intermittent, or even if your brake mitigation system went off because of a bridge that should not have set nothing off, but a bridge will set off a alert. At the point in time where they get everybody computers in their trucks, in the same way that, I'm gonna go off in a tangent for a sec to explain this. In the same way that windshields can be tinted top and bottom as long as they leave about, I think it's 6 or 7 inches of clear, simply because there was an old Ford, I believe it was, Deuce Coupe, like, you know, an old, I want to say, was that a 1938 or something? The Ford Deuce Coupe. It had a little bitty windshield. And you've seen some of these other, you know, I think that an older Porsche had that too. Maybe one of the 912s that was convertible. Some of these older cars that were race cars had a short windshield. So in order to make a law that covers everybody, they had to, on windshields, say, well, you can tint whatever on the top and even on the bottom, but you got to leave, I think it's 6 inches visible, clear, on a windshield, because that's how tall that windshield was, and it covers everybody, right? So as soon as they can get computer logs in everybody's truck, what they want to do is they're going to use this thing called DriveWise. Now, DriveWise is a company that claims to have their claim to fame that they want to give you a pre-pass type situation. A lot of drivers already have pre-pass in their trucks. So what they're trying to do, though, what they're actually doing is writing software into your computer, and it's already in there. And you may have DriveWise in your computer as an icon that's not lit up, okay? But it's working whether you like it or not. And they had them turn on and test and then turn off, even if you didn't pay for it. And that is set up to work with the tree outside of the scale house. They don't want me to tell you this. As soon as everybody goes to computer logs, you've got a tattletale inside your truck. And if you have a code that shows up brakes, even if you fixed it, guess what? You roll through that scale house and they're gonna run you around back and inspect your truck at every single one of them until you have that code deleted. Did you know that, people? I bet you didn't. Count the cameras on the pole. Okay, there's 4 of them. 2 up top, 2 at the bottom. Get the other scanners, then you've got the pre-pass that's out on the pole at the highway. And take a look at what else they're putting up. There's a place that is, once you leave Ohio going west, not even a scale. There's a scale house past that, but not even a scale. There's trees on each side of the road. I call them trees. It's poles with all those Big Brother kind of things mounted to them. So yeah, they're checking stuff out that you don't even know about. They are stalking you from the inside. So yeah, they'll find out about it. So if you have a brake issue and you have it fixed, you're going to want to go somewhere and have a code cleared. I'm going to tell you this, Loves will hook up to your computer in your 18-wheeler for free people, and they can do whatever you need to do. They can check a code, they can clear a code, as long as it's intermittent, as long as it's something that's not going to pop right back up. So if they've fixed a problem, they can clear the code. So if you have something done that's about brakes, around the Loves or at the Loves, have them clear it. Kid, put a magnet behind your license plate. They can't read your info. Huh. Well, I want them to read mine. I'm fine with it, and I got everything hooked up. But I'm with you. Hey, that's some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, what's up, kid? I'm glad you're in here. I was actually gonna call you the other day. I wound up calling my buddy Dirty White Boy too. You know, I got people that I do. Let's see here. Kid put not me. Yeah, I got you. So in Missouri. Okay. In Missouri. How's the weather in Missouri? That's what I'd like to know right now. It is now Wednesday. The date is 3/13. It's Wednesday. It's 9:49 at night, or for people like me that have not turned their clock back, it's 8:49. He says it's nice in Missouri. That's awesome. Well, you got some weather coming your way from the Rockies, because it was Tuesday night to Wednesday morning that it starts there. Don't know if it's stalled out. He says temperature around 55. That's pretty cool. You got a high pressure system heading to you there. Or low pressure? Well, you know, there's a difference between the two. And that's where they meet is where they fight. And then there's storms. So, hey, I'm glad that everything's going good with you, kid. I'll tell you, I guess you saw my live already from yesterday. It was kind of crazy. Not this calm. Let's see. I'm heading home tomorrow, he says. I got you, brother. I would be too. Sneak in and out. He put me too, bro. Yeah. So yeah, we're all playing in a way cat and mouse with everything, because when something breaks, you don't want something to break and then run across the scale house and get a ticket for it. You also don't want something to break. He put, I'd have killed that dude if he'd hit me. Let me tell you something, kid. Listen, I'm gonna get into this, kid. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. The guy that keyed up on the radio and said he better not hit my wife down there. Let me tell you something. See, they both had trucks. Okay, listen to me when I say this. That dude was he was like a word away from. He wouldn't have stopped the prime truck. He'd probably jumped in it and drug him through the window. For real. That guy. So, and there's at least 1 to 5 of them on every lot. People don't know, these truck drivers, they do not play. You know, it's rough out here, and it's been difficult, and we've lived our lives kind of hard out here. They're not gonna play no mess. And that guy, like I said, boy, I had to talk him down after I got off the live and went and talked. Listen, you can't just be flying through no parking lot too. Because even if you run somebody over and hit them with your truck, it's called vehicular homicide and you'll go to prison. People are fragile, and just bumping them, they could fall and hit their head. Stop running through these truck stops like you're a yard man. You know what I mean? Let's see, kid, I'm by far from bad, but I would have destroyed him. Yeah, I was trying to run a live at the time. If I wasn't live, you know, but like I said, we handled it in the way we had to. I think we all used a lot of restraint that day, because he shouldn't have been flying by the first time he flew by on the right coming past the dude. Then he shouldn't have been flying by when he came past me. He wasn't trying to stop and talk to that guy. He could have went straight up next to him and said, hey man, you know, whatever. He was trying to run and get out of the truck stop, and then he decided to hide when it was blocked. Whatever. So, like I said, and they can have a problem with me putting it up, man. Just stop doing stupid shit. Stop coming in front of me with stupid. Look, I ain't trying to do nothing but just chill. You know, if it's in front of the camera, it's going up. Then the bottom fell out. Horsefly. Yeah, that's about what happened. There's a lot of these companies that what they're doing is they're training drivers, and they're not exactly training them. I call it training from the sleeper. You know, training from the bunk. Keep it up. keep posting that stuff. Well, it's mathematical probability that it's going to happen again, and it just happens to be that, like I'm doing a live right now, and if it happens, you know, I can't help but put it up. And you know, it's got to stop. They need to stop training from the bunk, from the sleeper berth. In other words, they're running a team outfit. Y'all check this truck out. That's pretty cool, right? So they're running a team outfit. Let's see. Kid put, I think you're bad luck, LOL, just kidding. Yeah, isn't it odd? Isn't it odd that they hit the fuel aisle and knocked a hole in the fuel tank in front of me? Then they turned around and did that in front of me. That is almost beyond mathematical probability, but there's just so many of them. They're doing stuff all the time that a lot of people don't see. I've seen it. It goes up. Other people put it up. We're all cammed up. You ain't getting away with nothing now, but we've got to maybe tell them companies stop training from the bunk. You know, kid put, and that Pete a while back. The Pete a while back. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. Oh, that was in Texas. That was a long time back. Yeah, well they didn't do that when I was watching. That was done and they were talking about it, and I went in to get my oil changed and then was gonna go back there and go sleep. And another guy said, hey man, when you're back there, you gotta check out this Pete. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you gotta check that out. I said, okay, and I went by, I said, if that damn thing's still sitting there, when I wake up, I'm gonna video that mess. And I did, you know. So, and then me and that other driver started talking about it, and I gave him a hard time. I says, yeah, it's probably somebody that started with an S and ends with a Swift, right? But I had watched that driver step out of his Swift truck, and he knew that I knew he was a Swift driver. I was just messing with him, and that's why he said that like that. So he knew. Here's a sharp ride. That's my next ride right there. Check it out. Wait, that says tandem on it. Nothing against tandem, and it ain't gonna be no flatbed, but it's a new Freightliner. So, you know. But anyway, so yeah, so we've got to get these companies to start training their drivers with a driver that's a trainer being in the passenger seat, buckled up, and them just run just 10 to 14 hour days instead of trying to run to make money like teams. Kid put, I'll sell you mine. I hear you, dude. Yeah, that's what I was telling Dirty White Boy the other day. I'd sell this one. So I'll put another team in this one. I'll do something different, but I'm looking to get a new one. So, but yeah, just ain't pulled the trigger on it yet. I'm thinking a red, white, and blue. Now I need I'll get a purple one. I don't know what flag that would be. I'll start on a whole nother flag. So no, I'm not purple. I'm thinking like a gray or a silver metallic. I kind of dig that. It's what I thought I was going to get when I saw this one. I'm like, okay, that's, you know, I like big blue, I like big red. You know, he put pink. You messing with me now. I can't drive no pink truck. I told this guy one time he had a pink car hauler. I told him it takes a heck of a man. I didn't say it like that, but I said a heck of a man to drive a hot pink car hauler. He says, yes it does. It was funny. We had a conversation. I rode with him all the way from Atlanta to Dallas, running with that dude. So anyways, but yeah, you meet people on the road just talking to them about their truck. Everybody likes to have something that sets them off, makes it a little bit different. People seem to like mine. I like other ones, you know. So you got to be comfortable if you're gonna be out here doing it. I'm gonna light this cigar up and have this coffee. I'm hoping everybody's doing good. I hope you didn't lose your flight. For anybody that was wanting to take a flight and they got canceled, I don't really care about the Facebook thing so much, but I guess it did affect a bunch of people. Poor cats. All the stupid pet tricks that didn't happen today, you know. There's people on Twitter with ferrets. I've seen it all. I've seen just about everything on the internet. And so let's see here. I'll put you in this one cheap. I got you. hey, look, we could get it sold now. You put it in the truck trader. Now, I'll tell you something. That's how I usually, I'm sorry, that's how I used to buy a truck. Now, it's, you know, get a brand new one. But I used to get a truck that had just been blown up, just been rebuilt under warranty, and it was the same price as the one across the street. So they're both at, like, you know, mine was 16.5, it was 17.2 with tax, okay? Because it was a higher tax in that state. So 16.5 plus tax. So $16,500 could have bought me the same truck across the street that had not been rebuilt yet, though. So if you're going to get a truck, get one with about 600,000 miles on it that's just been blown up from the liners. That's another thing too, it's fixing to happen to all these trucks. People don't know it, but they took the water filter out of these 18-wheelers. There's no more water filter. So there's no more pill in there. Since there's no more pill in there to stop it from having pitted liners, electrolysis set in, where electric sparks come from the outside of the block through the water jacket and hit it like lightning and pit holes in the liners. It's gonna be like a head gasket leak. People are gonna have blown motors. Let's see. Kid put, I'm going to drive the old cab over. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I've seen some nice cab overs that are really old out there. I remember, I don't know if you remember, kid. I don't know if anybody remembers here, but I remember a time when JB Hunt was changing over from cab overs to conventionals, and they had a deal just to get rid of them cab overs, that you could buy one for, I think it was like $5,000, and they would give you a second one. Believe it or not, it was something like that. That was along about the same time that if you haul beer for Millie's, they used to give you a truck after so many years. After a couple years, they'd be like, to write it off and whatever, they would give you that truck. Then they found out about the whole lease purchase thing, making the money, and they stopped doing that. Kid put mine's a 1976 Peterbilt 352. There's nothing wrong with that. That's like BJ McKay and the Bear, right? That's like that kind of cab over. My daddy bought about 4. My daddy, oh, he bought about 4. He bought 4 of the ones from JB, or 4 of those. Because yeah, a lot of people were buying 3 and 4 of them and starting up fleets with those things, man, back then. And they gave him 4. Oh, he bought 4 and they gave him 4. That's 8 trucks. You see, that's how people were starting fleets then. Yeah, a bunch of people jumped on that. Yeah, JB. Yeah, I was not comfortable with a cab over at the time. And so I'm like, you know, that little stick shift and all, and then the whole, everything hits the glass when you pull the hood. I'm like, that's not what I wanted. So I bought a newer Freightliner, a whole conventional one. Let's see, they was international. Yup, they were internationals. Yeah, them little jockey sticks, the little stick shifts. So yeah, that was a ways back. Boy, we're getting old, aren't we, kid? At least I am. You might not be. You'll stay a kid forever. I won't. I'm I'm getting old. Getting on up there. When you look at it, that let's see. Yeah, I know what you said though. But I see what you printed, but it's Super 10. Yeah, with a Super 10. Yup. LOL, yes, we are. Yeah. I can't believe that Luke Perry passed away. I'm like, dude, he had money. He probably had good health care and that kind of stuff, and just dies of a stroke. Man, that's crazy. That's, you know, we all got our time to go. We're next. That's all I can say is we all are. We're all next. So crazy that happened. I want to live to be 90, people. Help me live to be 90. Give me lots of good comments. Maybe it'll help. I'm just saying. Let's see. He played a good Lane Frost. Yeah. I'll have to check that out too. Like I said, I'm so far behind on movies and this and that. I just remember him from 90210, and I think there was something else after that. For some reason, that name of that thing, Twilight's coming to mind, but I think he wasn't in it. That was another actor. Yeah, I can't keep up with those shows, but oh man, a little bottle of water to cleanse my palate. Have a cigar. It's like I said, after this storm, it should be good running for the rest of this year. You put it's 8 seconds. Yeah, I'll write that down. 8 seconds, Lane Frost. It's amazing how cheap movies go for whenever they are old. In that way, I watch movies for a lot cheaper. Wind up with too many of them, I swap mine out, you know. The greatest movie ever. Okay, I will watch it. Lane Frost, Luke Perry. Is that right, Luke Perry? Yeah. Yeah. So if people don't know what truck drivers do, I'll tell you what we do. Everybody's different about their stuff. Okay. Some people buy movies and they hoard them. They're like, that's my stash. Don't touch my movies. That's my movies. That's my stash there. So let's see here. Do you know who Lane Frost is? No, I don't, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to look it up. I wrote it down. 8 seconds, Lane Frost. I'm going to watch that. Whatever that is, I'm going to watch it. I promise you that. So some drivers, let's see, he put the greatest bull rider of all time. Okay, well, what about Chris Ledoux, and what about let's see, was Lane Frost? I'll have to look that up. I'll look it up. I think I heard about that in a movie once. So anyways, but a lot of us drivers, let's see, he put he was a bronc rider. Oh, I got you. Breaking broncs, they used to make money doing that. They'd catch a wild horse and they have to break it so they could use it, or to see if it could be broke. And then some of them they put in a rodeo. But yeah, what I was saying though is, us truckers will have, like, some people want to keep all the movies they buy, and they sell movies like crazy in truck stops, and they'll make them like 3 for $10, almost like Walmart does sometimes, or they'll make, like, you know, 1 for, or however many for, you know, $7 a piece or whatever. Let's see, Chris Ledoux was the bronc rider. Oh, I got you. Kid straightened me out. You know, we trade movies at the truck stop, because there's some people that will buy a movie and they're like, I've already watched that, I don't have no use for it no more, I'll trade you for something I hadn't seen before. And some people will keep a whole bunch of them and hoard them and be like, no, those are my movies, you know, and I keep those. And then some people will keep movies and then trade them like 5 or 10 at a time, or sell them if somebody wanted to buy them. And there's these movie men that go around truck stops and they sell bootleg copies, but the original copies, we'll trade them, you know. And so I'm the kind of guy, I'll keep some and trade some. And I've watched a lot of movies from people who would just about give you 3 or 4 movies just for one they haven't seen yet. I've wound up with watching a lot of movies that I never would have seen had I not been a truck driver, because I'm too cheap to pay for them. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'll buy a few now though. If I buy a couple for, you know, a couple bucks a piece, or mostly just trade, you know. So somebody will get on the CB radio, and that's another reason to have a radio too. You can wind up with a lot of movies, swapping movies around, watching a lot of different ones, because, you know, they got rid of Blockbuster, so it's like Trucker Buster out here. We've got, you don't have to have a card either. You just swap with whoever with some movies, and then take them to a different state and swap them again, and eventually they might get back around to the same person. Who knows? But it's kind of funny. So the truck stops, they sell them, and you could just about get them for free trading, or you could just wait till you find one that you like. But they've been taking a lot of the old westerns and putting on there, and now at this point there's big bins at all the truck stops with movies. Some people listen to audio books. I'm the kind of person, I listen to the radio. I got XM, and you know, kid, you was asking my crazy music. I just listen to chill, you know, while I'm doing this, because it's something that I can set up so it won't get me any kind of trouble for copyright infringement or anything like that, because I can set the audio in a way that they can't understand it anyways, and it's not overpowering anyways. But I listen to all of the rap, all kinds of, I listen to some rock too, but Pearl Jam and stuff, you know, mellow stuff, and Rage Against the Machine, stuff like that. I listen to all kinds of stuff. But I found that XM pretty well covers everybody. If you like country, there's Willie's Roadhouse, that kind of stuff, and it's really weird. It's the first radio that I've ever had that one channel will promote another channel because they're all on XM and they don't care. So you'll be listening to something that's rock or rap or whatever, and then they'll say, you know, check out Willie's Roadhouse for country on XM, this channel. And it's really weird to hear one channel promote another one. Kid put old country's where it's at. Yeah, I got you. I do listen to some old stuff. The only thing I like, I'm trying to think of who it is that sings that song. I don't know why I can't think. Is it Merle Haggard? No. Who's the one that sang, I don't think Hank done it this way? That hits hard on some 12s. Just saying, everybody's different. So, you know, I'll listen to that. But like I said, you know, you can set up playlists and you can download music. Waylon, yeah, Waylon Jennings, yeah, there you go, Waylon. Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm no good with names. That's my Achilles heel. You know, I do what I can. So, but yeah, Waylon Jennings, I don't think Hank done it this way. Listen to that song on some 12s, you know, or some with a lot of bass. It hits hard. So everybody's different. Like I said, everybody knows what they want to listen to. But I set up music and download it on MP3 format onto a player, and you can hook up your radio Bluetooth, and it has a lot more power than any wire plugged right into it. That's the greatest thing ever, is these Bluetooth radios. It'll make a movie or music sound like there's the helicopters landed in your truck. It's really that much difference. It's about 50% more powerful sound to be Bluetooth hooked up to your radio. It's 50% stronger and louder and clearer, even if you're playing some music off YouTube or something, than it is if you plug a wire into the front of the radio and plug it into your device. So they've got Bluetooth now for MP3 players. You get one of those and you run it Bluetooth into your radio. That's hitting. So yeah, the trick to that is you gotta push the number across the board like I showed before, and hold it in until it says, attaching to a new device or whatever. Then the turn knob for the volume, you push it in and hold it in, and then it'll say that it's connecting. And then when it connects, it'll be connected, but it won't play until you hold the seek button down for a few seconds, 5 seconds, however long it says, until it says music. Once it says music, you're good. So you can replay this and listen to this when it's a video, and you can do that with your radio and set up your Bluetooth. Because for a long time it was connected to Bluetooth to my phone. I'm like, why is this thing not work on Bluetooth? You got to hold that seek button down and hold it and wait for a few seconds until it says music. And instantly when it says music, you're going to hear the sound at the same time. You'll know it's connected. As long as the volume's up at all. And it'll be loud too. You want to keep it about 20, and then go from there. But yeah, so we're figuring out these new things. These trucks have a lot of new things to them that they didn't used to have before. Shoot, man, just having a backup light's awesome, but the traction control and the braking and everything else, it's a learning curve. and especially the computer logs. Main thing is getting off of them in time and saving your hours. I'm bad about that, riding the clock. Don't know about anybody else, but that's the worst thing. But so yeah, we're just trying to survive. Anybody wants to say anything, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna light this cigar. I found out my other lighters broke yesterday, so it's Zippo time. And see if I can get a cedar spill and light this. Smoking a Java by Drew Estate, another one. These things are good. You find what you like and then you go for it. Kid, I hope it don't snow on you in the morning or anything crazy. This thing's going nuts here. There we go. I thought I was over this cold. Man. Am I the only one here with a cold? Has anybody else been fighting this too? Boy. So. He put me too. Yeah. So. I already know where I got mine from too. There was an old man at the truck stop at a TA, and I was sitting there talking to him. I was thinking too when he was sniffling. I was like, I'm gonna get this cold. I know it. It doesn't matter. It was still a good conversation. It is what it is, man. Maybe my immune system will be stronger now because of it, so I'm better for it. Who knows? Who knows how that works? As long as I don't kick out of here anytime soon, and I'll still be running with you. Let's see. I wasn't built for the white stuff. Man, I'm Cherokee, and I don't know what. I think I was built for an island somewhere. I just feel it, you know? I'm just saying. Some island, you know, hot, tropical, with a ocean all around it. Just saying, and some kind of fresh water and fish. That's all I need, really. I would be the only. Let me tell you something. I gotta talk to the government, see if they need somebody to island sit, maybe some place that's innocuous that they just want an American to start a country on some island so they can send me. I'm gonna ask for aid, economic aid. Maybe we can work this out. Me and the government, gonna work this out. I'm buying an island. Kid, you're welcome on my island when I do this. Okay, so check this out. I need an island. I'm gonna need a plane. I don't need the midget, the guy, you know, tattoo. I just need a plane and an island and a boat, a really big boat. All the rest of it will be worked out. It needs to be big enough for an airstrip. Military can come and go as they please. They got full rights. And you know, I will make a place for them to stay there, and they can be quartered. I have no problem against giving them quarter. They don't have to ask for it. Let's see. I'll do the military support tomorrow. There you go. Okay, so we got this worked out. We just got to get in touch with Trump. Okay, he put LOL. I'm not laughing. So, all right. So here's what we need. And you can get you a house on one side of the island, and you can stay there too. With your people there, kid. And then I'll be on the other side with my people. Look, here's how it's gonna work. What we're gonna do is this. I need an island, and I need let's see. He's all for it. There you go. I need an island, and I'm gonna need air support. And I'm gonna need the Navy to come by every once in a while, and they can cut down trees if they need them for any kind of wood, but we gotta replant them. That'd be my job, planting trees. And then we're gonna need fresh water, and it'll be. I'm gonna need economic aid, so I need an economic aid package, and I'm gonna need Congress to write a thing saying they'll protect me if anybody tries to attack it, and I'm gonna need some kind of a motorcycle shop. We're gonna have to set up a motorcycle shop. You can help me with that too, kid. I got tools though. But I was going somewhere really good with this. I'm thinking here. Let's see, fresh water. It's gotta have coconut trees. There's something else I needed, but yeah, that we can work this out. We're gonna work this out because I need the warm weather, and you know, let's see. I'll bring the cows, pigs, and horses. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was going into. No, since look here. I've been buying buffalo, these little Epic bars, EPIC, that you can find in the truck stop, but you can't find them where the jerky is. You can only find them on the end cap. So some of the Loves, I think, have it. Some of the Pilots have it. It's EPIC, and it's a big bar, and it says one of them's cow, one of them's, I think, even chicken, the other one's buffalo, whatever. I don't know how they have chicken, but or one's, let's see. One's cow, maybe one's deer, and one's buffalo. Anyways, let's see. Oh, and chickens. Yeah, we're gonna have chickens, but this is what I was gonna say is I'll have the only island ever that would have deer on it. Maybe even buffalo. So I know some people have some buffalo. I'll have the only island with deer. So I'm gonna have deer. There's gonna be deer on the island, and you know, as long as they take care of it and keep the base neat, because there's gonna be a military base. I'm thinking Marines. You know, have a Marine Corps base, and then have Coast Guard right around it. They need some people like me. I'm just wanting to help the country out, keep it safe, and they need to, you know. Let's see. There's deer in Hawaii. Are there really? I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii, but that's way out there, man. That's kind of. I need something in the Caribbean. We gotta own something somewhere. Y'all can beat me up, but forgive me for not knowing what all we do have. I know that we have the U.S. Virgin Islands. We have Puerto Rico. We have, which, you know, these are territories. They're not states, but I know we have some territories. But something kind of in that area. Let's see, no snakes in Hawaii, though. Yeah, we don't want no snakes. That would be the first order of business, is killing those off. So anybody that doesn't like me eradicate the species, you know, hey, sorry for the bad news, but yeah, the snakes got to go. And alligators, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do for them. We're gonna call the Cajun, not the Cajun Navy, the guys down there, I'm smoking my cigar here. The Landrys, you know, shoot 'em, Jacob, you know, them guys. We're gonna have them down there. They're gonna take care of any alligators or crocodiles or whatever, anything like that. Them, whatever they were called, man. Let's eat them. Yeah, hey, gator nuggets. I'll eat it. They can make me some gumbo. We will work it out. No tag limit. Bring the little pirogue boats, or the bigger boats, airboats. Get them all down there, and they'll be able to take the meat for free. We'll have a ship leaving there, take it right back to Louisiana for them. The Navy will supply that. Look, I got some people in the Navy. Yeah, my brother was in there too. So, look, we got people. We got people, kid. You just don't know we got people. We got, we have logistics and support. We have assets that will move things around. So I don't need an aircraft carrier, but we'll take one. If they want to, if there's anything that they're mothballing and they want to park off the pier there, you know, that's fine. They can hook up the electrodes to it and make it so that the barnacles don't stick to it and all that, and kind of mothball it. We'll just work on the deck, play shuffleboard, all that. I can make it a whole tourist attraction. Everybody wants to go deer hunting, then go deer hunting. This is sounding like a workable thing, and I don't ask for much, but you know, they can make it my country. You know, Truckinstuff Island. So anybody wants to come to the island, there's a nominal fee, because you got to pay taxes, kind of thing. And kid's going to be running one side of the island. So anything he has over there, any of those para skiing or anything like that, bring it to Truckinstuff Island. There you go. So maybe I needed a whole new playlist, Truckinstuff Island. So yeah, it'll be boating stuff then. What do you think? I don't know if I can get. They'll have to, how do you get an 18-wheeler? I guess a container ship picks them up and moves them. We could get some trucks out there. Yeah, we can have. I don't know if it's big enough just to be having a truck. So I was thinking of like a couple of tracks for sport bikes, that kind of stuff. You know, nothing too elaborate, but since they would need, you know, my services to run a country down there, that they could basically have it as I'll be a U.S. ally. I'm not giving up my citizenship though. Can't do it. So what do you think, kid? When do we start this? The Navy and a Chinook chopper. Yeah, it's with a C, but got you, Chinook. Yeah, Did you know people are taking those jet engines off Chinook helicopters from Vietnam era Chinooks? Let's see, he put, I'm on it now. He's on it. He's gonna make this happen. He's working out my logistical support. So anybody wants to donate to Truckinstuff Island, get in touch with Kid. So anyways, he got me laughing here. We done started some mess. So the farmers who used to just do tractor pulls with their tractor, then they went further and they started putting V8 engines on them. Then they put multiple V8s in a row. Then it turned into a whole pulling the sled kind of a tractor pull thing. Well, they put jet engines on them now. So instead of having V8s on them for years now, they've been putting used Chinook military helicopter jet engines from Vietnam era. It was a little boost to get them going faster forward, you know, in the forward direction. They put jet engines on them. Well, you can buy them jet engines for, I think it's about 100,000 a piece. And I just got photobombed here by Sun Gold. Prime leasing. That's a scary thought. I'm not gonna go into that, man. I can't help but, you see what's happening to me, right, Kid? I can't get away from Prime. Anything, Prime this, Prime that. He's backing up now. What is this about? What's he trying to do? I don't even know. I wish I knew. That was a close call. He wasn't all that close. What's scary is it says Prime Leasing LLC on the trailer. That's what's scary. I can't get away from anything Prime. It's like, you know, I'll probably get a movie that's Transformers and I'll have Optimus Prime in it. I can't get away from anything Prime. They just keep doing it. Same thing. I'm not kidding, look. You think I'm kidding? It says Prime Leasing on the side. Check it out. Let's see if we can get the view. You see that? Prime Leasing. That's scary, right? I can't make this stuff up, people. I really can't. So anyways, he's doing all right. I'm just saying the name is just kind of, it follows me. I was going to make this a live that had nothing to do with anything Prime. That was the plan. It ain't over yet, LOL. Yeah, it really ain't till he finds a parking spot. He might hit the guy on my left. See, here's what he's doing right now. He's creative parking. That's not even a parking spot. So that's the end of the row over there to my left. This guy is just some guy that come in, but he's gonna be blocking the entrance to back here. What he doesn't know is in a bit, I'll be on the move, you know? So yeah, that's how that's gonna go. But he can have my parking spot when I leave and I won't go out that way, I'll go out the other way. Whole place is built like a horseshoe. So still, I guess we can say we had an uneventful afternoon. Thanks everybody for showing up. I'll be getting off this thing, like I said. I'm about to get off this thing. You make a few more comments here. I don't want to cut y'all off like that. And then you know, Kid, if you ever wanted to set up, I don't know if you've been able to set up a live. If you want to go live, if your thing works, here's what my suggestions are, is that you can take and close all windows, use an app killer and kill all the apps, and also use a cleanup, it looks like a little sweeper broom, a cleanup tool to clean up any unnecessary data that's, you know, just old error files or whatever in your phone. Makes it, you know, to where it will go live, but you should be able to go live. You go to your YouTube. Have you been able to go live, Kid? Because if you can, you could take this from here if you want. You can say, hey, I'm going to talk now, and you know, set your camera up wherever you want. I've just got the suction cup on the windshield right now, but you could set it up on top of your CB radio or however you want. He said, yeah. You want to go live, Kid? If you want to go live, I'll even go on your channel for a sec and see where you're at. I've got to find where you're at. I got to find one of your comments and find where you're at. So, and I'll sub to your channel, but I can find you if you want to go live real quick. then you could go live and then go off live, come back on here, and you can even go back to it, and then you resume your stream. We'll send everybody over there. Anybody wants to stay live, I don't break up a party. Look, we can send it over there. So I know that's what happens is people are like, hey man, we were hanging out. Everybody can go to Kid's channel. Maybe he just dropped off to try that too. So anybody wants to check that out. And you know, Kid served in the Marines. He's a super good guy. He's a hard-working truck driver that's, you know, taking care of business out here, and he's standing up for us too with the shutdown. Started his own couple of groups, and so I'm going to subscribe to him as soon as I've got his channel. I'll have to get off here and find it on there on one of the comments that maybe he's made to me, and then find his channel. But actually, he's subscribed to me, so I should be able to find it in a few minutes. I might even have to turn on my laptop, but I'll find it, subscribe to it, and jump ship and go over there and go live. That way, next time, I can just say, hey, you go live, and everybody go to Kid's channel, and then we'll just switch right over to him. So if you want, don't feel bad if you leave here now to do this. Look at his comment, click on his channel, go to his channel, and subscribe to him, and we'll set this up. You know, as long as he can go live. So, but he's gonna set up one, and it's not that complicated, people, if you want to set up a YouTube account too. But we're just some drivers that's you know, putting a little something together, and we've been doing this for a long time. We got a right to speak about it. And I'm trying to straighten some people out, but this is just like you know, talking about the stuff of the day. For me, this is the water cooler talk that people don't get. As a truck driver, you don't have much water cooler time because there's no water cooler. People that go to a company and hit a clock, when they want to, you know, take their lunch break, they used to take it all together. They'd bring their lunch and they'd take it all together, and there'd be a water cooler. If you had a construction crew, that's all you had was a water cooler in your lunch. So you would talk about what's going on in the government, or talk about what's going on with the company, or talk about what's going on with your day, the weather, anything. You know, and relax and have a lunch break. Well, this is my water cooler. Truckers don't have this. So I'm kind of putting this out there, and there will be a time, people catch up and they watch it later, different hours. I don't expect nobody to bend their schedule around what I do, but there will be a time when there'll be hundreds of people in here at a time. You won't be able to get a word in edgewise. There'll be a time when I have a regular time that I set this up at. I won't be able to keep up with the comments. I'm kind of happy it's mellow in the way it is now with a couple of comments here and there, but feel free to make all the comments you want now, because there'll be a time they'll be scrolling past so fast that I won't be able to keep up with them. Mathematically, that's just how it goes. That's just like everybody starts out a channel with one view and one video. You back, Kid? I see another number. So I think he probably set that up. We'll check it out here. I hope he did. I'll be wanting to listen to him. Listen, he's knowledgeable, people, and he's got a good way of talking about stuff too, you know. And we're all wanting to do our own thing. Hey, listen, people, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I highly recommend it, and you'll get a live button. You can hit that live button after about 24 hours, I think, of having it. Hit live, and it'll go. It'll ask you for a title, and it'll ask you for a description. You can put what you want as either one, and then it'll take a picture. You can change your camera to where it's forward facing by the top right hand corner by hitting that button for the camera, and it makes it your forward facing camera, or you can have it take a picture of your rear facing camera. Either way, and you can see either one of them, and then you can actually retake that picture as many times as you need to, and then you hit the button that says go live, and whichever way the camera at that point is facing, that's the view you got. And then if you've got signal in that area, it'll go live. I highly recommend anybody to do this, because you know, I'm just doing my thing, but you know, if there's a time when your person that you want to check out on YouTube is not doing a live, just do your own, and we'll catch up, you know. Kid, did you get it worked out? I seen a number 4 and then a less than 1. I wanted to actually have him come back in here and tell us about it before we wrap it up. Or if somebody can jump ship and go over there and find out if it worked. Either way. And if he's live, come back here and let me know, and we'll get off this one. we'll all go over there, and then I'll shut down from over there. Either way. Because I've been telling him about setting up his channel too. He needs to do videos on engine work, because he builds engines for his own truck. That's double tough. That's top shelf. He's got skills, and he needs to videotape that, because I don't have time to show you know, tapping a piston with rings into the liner, and you know, putting the liner in and that kind of stuff. And if he's doing it, he needs to video it. So everybody give him a hard time about him, push him on it, push on him on that too, about, hey, you do need to do the videos on the engine work, because it's pretty cool stuff what he does. He's got skills, you know. So, and I support a lot of people on here, and I've met some people. I know I've subscribed to some weird channels that you might look at and say, why is he subscribed to that, you know? But it's some of it's people that I know that have supported me on my channel, and they're saying, hey, they're wanting to do something. They have no videos up now, but they're going to at some point. Hey, I'll subscribe now so I don't have to find you later. Then when you put a video up, it'll be up there, you know. But I believe trucking's getting better. I don't think it's getting any worse. I think that we'll be able to rein in some of these places. They need to be training with the driver trainer in the passenger seat, and just driving like 14-hour clocks at a time and getting them fully trained. We're getting disc brakes on a lot of these trucks, but even these drum brakes nowadays stop trucks so much cleaner, better than ever. You know, you could stop a truck a lot better. I guess the bad thing is these super singles are so light. I had a leg up the other day. That high wind about flipped me. It picked up the tail end of my trailer, and I had to correct. Since you don't have 2 rims back there and 2 extra tires, you just got 1 big super single. The idea is to lighten it up so you can haul more in weight. But what happens is it makes it easier to flip a truck if you got super singles. I seen a video the other day on one. So be careful if you got super singles and you're empty or lightweight. When this heavy wind comes through, park in between a couple of trucks, drop your landing gear, you know, tight, snug it up to the ground, real tight. I see I got another one in the room. We're about to finish this up here, and we're going to jump ship and go to Kid's channel if we can get it worked out. Kid, are you back in here? Make a comment. So I can't tell who's in and who's out and what's going on. Let's see here. The last thing he put was, yeah. We're gonna see if he can get his live going. Meantime, I'll turn the radio up. Okay. I ain't live. That means you went live? Okay. Kid, I'm going to do this. People, I'm gonna wrap up this channel, this thing here, and finish it. I'm gonna have to ask Kid, I need you real quick to make a comment on my last video. If you can make a comment on my last video and it goes through, it doesn't say just approval only, because I opened a couple of them up. Just say I made a comment, you know, or just put comment or whatever. Then I'll be able to click on that when I get off here, find your channel. And anybody right now that can see this, you can do this. I can't. He put doing it now. Anybody who can see this right now, you can tap on Kid and go to his channel. So go ahead and go to his channel from here. It'll drop you off this live. Find his, we're all going there. And then I'm gonna step off his channel at that. So go ahead, and it was good chatting with everybody, and this will go up as a video. So as soon as he makes a comment on my thing here, oh, Icon put, yeah, but Icon, I'm gonna have to ride. Jump, listen to me. We're gonna jump over to Kid's channel, and he's gonna do the live, and then I'm gonna get off this thing, and everybody from here can be there. Let's see, what does it say? It only let me like it. Kid, I'm gonna find you anyways. Here, let's see. Let's see. Now let's just remove. Have you made any comments on any of my videos? I might have to find you. Might have to find you somehow, brother. because I can't do what they can do. They can all just click on your channel. I can't do that from here. It says I can report you. It says I can do a lot of stuff to you, but I can't find you. Well, it says report, remove, put user in timeout. I can put you in timeout. Hide user on this channel. I don't want to do any of those things. I want to go to yours. So let's see. Just the live ones. Okay. You put LOL. I can put you in timeout. See what we got here. We're all gonna jump ship and go to Kid's channel. Has everybody been able to click on his channel and go there and check it out? And then when he goes live, just click on the live and that's where we'll be. Can everybody do that real quick? Just go ahead and leave this one. And I'll find it. I'll find it, Kid, one way or another. I'll find it real quick, or if I don't, just go ahead and go there and I'm gonna finish this up. But I believe I'll be able to find it and jump there right now. We wanna hear you talk, Kid. Jump on it. I know you put that it's Kid. I just have to find it. Listen, there could be a million YouTube channels for that though. He says he's on it, people. Everybody click on his little picture on here and it should give you the option of going to his channel. Go to his channel. He's gonna have a live. You could sub to him too, subscribe to him too. I'm gonna find him one way or another. There's only one me, he says. Yeah, but there's this whole big internet and it'll show up Billy the Kid, or it'll show up Just go there. We're going there. Everybody go there. I'll give you a second to find his little comment on here and hit it and jump ship. So everybody jump ship. I want to see 0 people in the room. Everybody jump ship and go to Kid. And I'll be there in a second, and then I'm gonna leave from there. I just want to know where his channel's at. I gotta find it, and I'll just put, you know, that's cool. And I'll give him a couple seconds here. I'm gonna take care of my stuff. So, everybody, get out of here. You're still here? I'm like Ferris Bueller. You're still here? What are you still doing here? Jump over to Kid's channel. I'm finishing this up, so I'm gonna hit the finish button. It's gonna cut this off. We're all gonna go to Kid's channel. If he says he can go live, so he went live, I believe. We're gonna go there now. Let's try this thing. I'm gonna get off this thing. Y'all stay safe, and I'm gonna get out of here. All right? We're all going to Kid's channel right now. All right, I'm out. Peace.